Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch, and welcome today to a roundup of the 5 best new releases by San Martin. A video timed perfectly to coincide with the biggest sale of the year, the 11/11 anniversary sale. Now you saw the pop-up, but I love to play the siren. This video is sponsored by the San Martin official store on AliExpress, hence why I'll leave links to the listings only in their store in the description of the video. You can buy San Martins elsewhere, but why would you? So let's kick off the list today with their latest release and the watch on my wrist. San Martin run a sequential model number system, and they are now up to the SN0150, which shows you just how prolific they have been in such a short space of time. Not only prolific, but clearly keeping an eye on the broader watch industry, as you will see colours, materials and patterns here today that you have seen elsewhere also. And I think they are bang on trend with this black mother of pearl guilloche dial Gada watch. The patterning is more noticeable than the colouring, but there is a definite pearlescent sheen to it if I move the watch around. It's Miyota powered, so it's nice and slim and wearable. The colour match date wheel at 3 is appreciated, as is the very well made and very good looking bracelet with on the fly adjustable clasp. And there is a much needed bit of brand character on the case back rather than the sterile ones of the old days that admittedly are still evident elsewhere on today's list. The case and bracelet finishing on these is second to none at the price. And believe me, I have looked at pretty much every single other brand at this price. Talking of which, normally these go for around $330 US, but during the sale with the addition of AliExpress vouchers, that drops to well under 300. So a big saving then, a decent chunk off watch number 1. And by the way, if you don't like black, then the 150 is available in white mother of pearl instead. Same price. Let's rewind from the 150 all the way back then to the 148. A vintage style dive watch that is available in 2 different sizes. One of them, the 37.5, is definitely vintage. The other, the 40, which is the one I have here, is much more contemporary. And once again, there's a twist with the dial. The 148 has that kind of feathered sunburst fume thing happening. I have seen this on other brands before, but not on a San Martin before. It looks great with kind of golden green hues in the center of the dial around the pinion, fading to blue around the edges of the dial, and the blue insert on the coin edge bezel. I've not seen this bracelet before either, but I like it. It's a kind of 5-link Jubilee style, sort of, but not quite. Again, check the finishing on this. Check the additional polishing on the outer edges of its mid-links. It looks superb under macro. Again, it has an adjustable clasp as well. Again, it is Miyota powered. It's funny how the 9000 series has kind of taken over these days. It used to be NH35s everywhere, and now it's Miyota 9000s, with a bit of a price bump, of course. Talking of which, regardless of price or colour, the price is the same. They're just over $325 before any vouchers, meaning they're under $300 with vouchers. Moving on to another San Martin with a dial material that you may well have seen before elsewhere, malachite. But have you ever seen it in a tonneau cased watch before? I haven't, and Google hasn't either, so I guess it's a bit of a first. It's not going to be to everyone's taste, I concede that, but if you are keen on this style of watch, then you should definitely have a good look at this one. Not only do you have a choice of malachite, tiger eye and aventurine, but something called eagle eye as well. Plus you have a choice of movements, either the excellent Chinese made 2824 clone, the PT5000, or the excellent Swiss made 2824 clone, the SW200. These are roughly $250 for a 5000 powered watch and roughly $350 for a Solita powered version after vouchers. Now there is therefore about $100 US between the 2 movements, so you need to be fully committed to the watch to go Swiss. But that's actually not much of a premium. It's pretty much reflective of the cost difference between the 2 movements. The finishing on case and particularly bracelet is very nice on this one. It's a lovely wrist roll, and the On-the-fly adjustment mechanism in the clasp is rather like the Tudor T-Fit, unlike the two previous watches shown. The case back is sterile, which is pretty boring, and the 3 o'clock date wheel is not colour matched here, but stone dials are so hot right now, and they don't get much cheaper than this. Segueing neatly into the cheapest watch on the list today, and we are going slightly old school with this one. It's their SN0144, which shows just how long it has been in their lineup. It is a meat and two veg Submariner lookalike. They call it the Water Ghost. Now, we've all seen dozens of watches like this by now, so why is it on today's list, Jody? Well, in another sign of the times, they have upgraded the movement from an NH35 to a PT5000 in this one. And during the sale, it comes in at less than $200 once you add those vouchers. I looked at so many of this style of watch in the early days of the channel, and I used to say to people, if you're just starting out, buy yourself one of these and then see where you go from there. They're such a kind of happy medium, they've got a nice size, a nice shape, they're nice wearing watches on wrist, they're legible, they're versatile, they're great all-rounders. Get one of these on your wrist early in your watch collecting journey, use it as a bit of a benchmark, and then see where your journey takes you. You can tell this one is a bit old school though, because it doesn't feature an on-the-fly adjustable clasp. I reckon that is something that they really should have upgraded along with the movement. And finally, something a little bit more left of center, even more than the tonneau and malachite combo from earlier on. It's a pretty straightforward Gada style watch, but with applied Chinese numerals on the dial. We've all seen plenty of dials these days with kanji numerals, with Arabic numerals, and even with Sanskrit numerals. It's rather nice to see a Chinese brand using Chinese numerals. This is their 144 model, and it comes in a choice of 3 different colour versions. The burgundy has silver hands and numerals, the teal blue and dark blue have gold hands and numerals. They feature a no-date specific Miyota 90S5 movement, and all come in on sale at around $320 before you start stacking on those vouchers. If the bracelet looks familiar, it's because you just saw it a couple of minutes ago on the 148. Again, the dial here is a real standout with a unusual reverse fume shimmering sunburst texture. Combine that with a concave bezel and San Martin's typical high quality finishing, and you've got a really good looking little watch that punches well above its weight in terms of its build quality. Now, you could spend 6 or 7 grand on an Atelier Wen with a similar look, or you could spend 300 on a San Martin. The decision is yours. So there you have it, 4 brand new San Martins and 1 updated legacy model. 4 original designs and 1 homage. A couple of years ago, if I'd been making this video, it would have been the other way around for sure. So it's great to see the brand developing its own IP rather than borrowing other people's. Well done for making it all the way to the back end of the video. If you're into the brand, why not check out another couple of lists just like this one here or here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you over there.